Okay, y'all. So remember I told y'all I was coming to see uh, Jay. She was going to be in the country. Well, I'm at my hotel. This is the city. I had a hard time getting in here, y'all. The cab. So any of y'all that are not from New York and are not used to New York type prices, let's see if I can talk to y'all while I try to unpack. Just give y'all a video of what's going on out there. The cab just to get from the airport to what part of town is this, Soho, was basically $100. It was like a flat fare, but you also have to pay for tolls. Well, when we finally got here, and the guy was super nice and everything, but when we got here and I went to leave the tip, he was like, "Oh no!" Basically, I'm gonna just give y'all the condensed version. He was like, "No, the it gives you a percentage on what you should leave for the tips." Because it was like, say it was 80 something dollars, I was rounding it up to 90. So it's basically like $7 and some change. And so he cleared out and told me to start again. So I did the same thing. I'm good with math. And he said, "So you're going to leave me an $8 tip?" He was Egyptian. I was like, I was going to. You sound like that's not enough. He's like, "No, no, that is not customary." And I'm thinking, I thought a tip was optional, like for a taxi. Yeah. Anyway, I want to give y'all a tour of the room. So, baby, let me tell y'all about this room situation. When I got down there, they wanted they wanted a card for the room. Now this happened when I was in London when I went to visit her. I ain't got no money for these kind of hotels that they be paying. I ain't got no money for nothing, y'all. Y'all know I just got my car towed and all that stuff happened. Trying to see if there's some house shoes in here somewhere. And I started to bring my house shoes, but y'all, I packed on no sleep, so I'm sure I forgot a lot of stuff. I see a robe. But this is, I almost showed y'all myself. This is the bathroom. Hey, hot running water. This is the wardrobe. Anyway, I had to call Discover and everybody else. Okay, there are house shoes. Yay. So anyway, let me get these house shoes out. And because they were trying to put a hold on my card for the entire stay, y'all know I ain't got any kind of available credit. So she was like, "Oh, I'll try it for 150." That didn't go through. Now I did have 150 available, so I called Discover and was like, they saying they trying to put a hold on this for 150, but it's not going through. It was a black woman. She could tell I was black, and she was like, "No, they not. They tried to put a hold for first for 7 something, then for 6 something." And so I went back up there and told the girl, "Hey, she's saying you trying to put a hole in there for more than that. I thought you were just gonna do the 150." And I told her, when my friend gets here, they're gonna put the room in her name. So, and they taking care of the charges. And her manager was like, "No, she needs to put the hold on her card or she can't get in a room." And so I was just gonna sit in the lobby. I was crying and everything, y'all. Y'all know I cry easy. So it's not like I was ooh. I was just like, while I was on the phone with Discover, tears was just streaming out of my eyes, right? So they when she said, "Well, what's your friend's name?" I told her name. I said, but her fiance is, I think, who it's under. And I said his name, and then the coworker looked, and she was like, "Oh yeah," like basically like, I don't know how long they staying here and what the bill is, but I know it's in the thousands. And she was like, "Oh yeah, no, she's fine then," or something like that. I'm just like, it's like you don't want to name drop or be, rich person drop or whatever. But I was just like, well, her fiance is the one paying for the room, because she was like, but once they found that out, they started treating me extra nice. So then I get on the elevator. She's like, "Okay, take the elevator to this floor, and that's where your room is." So I go to that floor, and ain't nothing but a restaurant on that floor. So then I'm like, I'm confused. Some black lady who sounded like a dude, but it was definitely a woman. But she probably smoked a pack of cigarettes a day. I said, I'm confused. My room. She told me to come to the second floor, but there's nothing here. And she was like, "Well, no, this is just the restaurant." So she said, "What's your room number?" I told her my room number. She said, "Oh, how much money you got?" And I was like, I said, "I ain't got no money. My friend's man got some money." She said, "I see." And then so I get to the floor, which is, I guess, I don't know. Y'all don't know nothing about hotels, but I get to the floor, and I can't even get to the floor because the card ain't swiping right or something. And so somebody that works there got on the elevator, and I was trying to tell him, my car is not working. I'm trying to get to the blah, blah, blah. So when I get to the floor, the signs say basically our rooms that way, except this one room is this way. And I'm like, what? So I come to the room, and this is the room, y'all. And I'm sure their room is like way nicer, but I just appreciate the generosity and the love. I don't want to blind nobody that might be a peeping Tom or nothing. But y'all, I'm on zero sleep. I'm about to take a shower and take a nap until they get in the country and get here. And then I think we're going to some Michelin star restaurant for an early dinner. The three of us, and then I just need me and my girl so we can hang out and have fun. I told her, girl, you need to spend a night with me because y'all, I gotta go back to work Monday. She's gonna be here, and I'm gonna be trying to turn $1 into 50. Trying to turn what? How does it go? Trying to make $1 out of 15 cents. It's hard to be legit and still pay the rent. In the end, I try to find my friends, but they blowing in the wind. Oh, y'all, that new dog is, I can see why that dog was walking down the street because every time I open the door, that dog feel like it's time for him to walk out the door. And it's tiring. It's like Maggie is older and she's well behaved, and Sula and I have finally learned each other, and I know what to do and what not to do with her, And then I got this new dog, and he's sweet or whatever, but and then I came home last night, y'all, after doing laundry at my friend's house. I figured out finally the parking situation. And I kept smelling, I'm like, I smell feces in this house. And I kept walking around, I could not find it. And then I went in the living room to do something, and I walked right in, and I was like, and I was yelling at the dog, but the dog don't know, the dog don't know no better because Maggie knew when I said bad dog, she knew I wasn't talking to her. And, Maggie is huge compared to that dog, so I knew it was the new dog, but I was just like, so when I opened the door, he ran out. I think he could tell I was mad at him, but he always run out. Anyway, bye, y'all.